Merithra Druid is still an excellent choice if you want to be climbing high legends, and people are also playing it from Diamond to Legend with decent success, albeit the deck is definitely quite skill testing, and from Diamond to Legend, the meta is not exactly super favored for it either, but if you're facing too many spell demon hunters, this deck definitely could be great for you. In this video I'm gonna give you a quick updated guide about this deck right after the latest patch, so you have a better idea of what you could be doing with and against it. So I hope you find the video helpful, and if you do, a like and subscribe would be great, but now let's check out the deck.
You are not prepared!
Here's what it looks like, and this deck can be pretty greedy and pretty high rolly too, but it really comes down to the player how you should be positioning yourself in order to actually do well with a deck like this. The main game plan with this deck is to have yourself a very big bomb turn with the help of Merithra, but you can also cheat out a ton of stats with the help of things like Naralex, plus Ferak, or plus Ysera, and you can also tempo out some pretty good stats with the help of Wicker Fang. You do have plenty of ramp with this one, you have decent amount of sustain and discoverability, so all around it's a very nice deck to be enjoying in a meta like this, but there's definitely plenty of decisions you need to be doing in order to be climbing well with this one. Going through the cards, we have a couple of innervates with which you can be doing things a little bit faster and help you curve out better. The wave shaping is like a tracking for druids, with the added bonus of actually putting a couple of bad cards at the bottom of your deck so you don't have to top deck them. Acceleration aura helps you big time with the ramp, and you need to be smart about when you play this thing in order to actually get the most out of it. Ebb and flow is pretty good because it could go face as well as clear board stuff, and you can gain some armor with it. The Fell Treant is amazing in here, especially if you actually get to keep the mana, and a lot of the times you will be striving to do that with a deck like this. Horn of Plenty can indeed give you plenty, and depending on the matchup you could be discovering all sorts of different things like healing, like card draw, like board presence, depending on what you need. The Darkscale Broodmother is excellent at cheating out extra spent mana without actually spending it, so you can actually pull off faster Broodwatchers as well as Merithras, as well as Fellwood Treant for that matter. And also the Broodwatcher is super good for you, giving you so much extra stats on the board, albeit you are going to have to spend quite a lot of mana in front of it, but again, that's not going to be too hard with cards like Darkscale plus Fellwood Treant. At least the Navigator is still pretty decent in here, even though it did get quite nerfed. It's still going to be pretty good at 5 mana for the +2 attack with the Rushers, with the Discover spells, and a lot of the times you're going to have to go for +4 attack on 10 mana against slower matchups like Priests, so you can actually surprise the opponent with a lot more damage than you're supposed to. And technically speaking, you could even play this thing at the same turn where you play the 10 drop if you have something like a Midrisil already on the board, or if you've just ramped a lot with the help of Ysera. Nightmare Xavius can give you all sorts of different amazing minions with Dark Gift from your deck. A Midrisil helps you with the card draw as well as cheating out extra mana. Twilight Time Reaver is very good for you most of the time for setting the opponent's minions down to 1 attack, because even if you set them down to 1 health, a lot of the times you're not going to be able to clear them because you don't have things like swipes and such, but I guess with at least maybe you can rush them down. Wicker Fang is also pretty decent in here as a standalone card. You don't have any buffs unless you discover something from Horn of Plenty or from Elise, but on its own it's still pretty good if you tempo it out. Naralex, like I said, could be excellent for you to cheat out extra mana for Merithra. That'd be a very good way for you to actually get yourself 7 extra spent mana, and then only spend 1 mana to actually play Merithra, and that's how you can actually pull her off a lot sooner than you're supposed to. And if you have things like Innervate, you might even be able to play a dragon or 2 out of her. Underking is absolutely amazing as well, giving you a lot of extra armor and things to rush down big minions with, so that's a great way to sustain yourself. With Merithra you can get yourself all sorts of different amazing dragons, and it's really not that hard to pull her off as long as you have her relatively early in your hand. And when you do go for Merithra, the follow-up turn should be something pretty good for you with a lot of board stats. Even though some of the dragons can be a little bit smaller, usually you do get yourself quite a few good ones. To maximize for her potential, try to keep a small hand, but don't always waste too much time clearing your hand just for the sake of 1 or 2 extra 1-drop dragons. Tempo really could be king with this one. Sheladrisil can also help you big time, and you could get yourself like 10 damage out of nowhere this way if you have enough room, and you could also remove a big minion for the opponent so you can waltz face. Ysera can also be pretty amazing, giving you all of that extra mana, and you could do something like Naralex into Ysera for the sake of ramping a lot sooner than you're supposed to while sticking yourself some quite big men. Forest Lore Scenarios can also be decent, giving you a lot of extra damage potential if you've already stuck a decent board. And last but not least, we have Ferak, which can be pulling off decent Hail Marys for you. Even though he's not what he used to be, he's still pretty decent at 1 mana through Neralax. Matchup-wise, we don't have too much stats on this particular list, but we can swap out this one with a couple of press the advantages instead of these two, and the stats are definitely not looking that amazing for this one. I guess we can check out this one, which still has a ton of games, but not that high win rate still. And here's how the matchups look like here. Things like Unholy Death Knight and Aggro Druid are not going to be your friends, same with Pallies, same with Herald Shamans, but good news is Dragon Warriors and Spell Demon Hunters are going to be great for you, so that is what you're trying to be picking up when you're playing a deck like this, and that's why you see so many of this in Top Legend, where people are definitely playing a ton of Spell Demon Hunter and Dragon Warrior. When it comes down to the mulligan, here's what we have. You're going to try and get yourself the good early game ramp as soon as you can. Turn 1 Wave Shaping can be great. Horn of Plenty is also alright. A Midrasil can be great. Darkscale Broodmother also makes a lot of sense. Broodwatcher can be great against some matchups. Nightmare's Avius, especially if you curve into it with something like Acceleration Aura. And same can be said for Elise. Heck, even Merithra can be a great keep against things like Spell Demon Hunters. Wicker Fan can make a lot of sense. The rest probably not so much, even though sometimes you might consider things like Ebb and Flow or Innervate. On the coin, the situation is similar. Find the card draw and find the mana cheating cards, and you should be good. The deck is far from budget, but if you have all the cards and you're trying to have some fun with Druid, this deck is definitely pretty good, especially in Top Legend, where you can farm a lot of top tier matchups with it. I hope you enjoyed the guide, and if you did, you know what to do, but now let's check out some of my games on my road back to Top Legend with it. Hope you enjoy.
Know the true essence of
Warlock of all people.
Fire does more than burn.
Against Warlock. I'm not against having Merithra from the start. Yeah, let's try something like that. This ought to help big time. Turn 1 this, turn 2 this and that. We got another fell with 3 undead. A timely fashion, that'd be pretty good. Ooh. This also helps me get this guy quicker.
Won't be long now.
Get Saga on curve, sadly. This deck has no silence or such. Turning it into a 1 attack would be good though. Or health. Can grab this so we can spend some mana.
feed my children.
If he wants to play the egg, it's gonna cost him about 350.
You'll not harm them. You'll not harm them.
Stay back.
Aggro Merithra Druid apparently.
Get in there and fight, maggot.
Stop cheating, yeah. Still dead on board. Do I win this one? Guess not. Not yet, at least. Bit expensive. Piece of shit.
Stay back.
Piece of shit. Bro, you gotta be shitting me, dude. Like, top decking everything, every single expensive shit out of my deck like that? Sure, buddy. That's how that one's gonna go, right? Sure, old buddy, old pal. It's exact lethal if he doesn't, but he clears. Piece of piss. Okay. Next turn, Alex into Merithra could be the way to go.
Won't be long now.
Good top deck, correct. Good top deck. 3 damage to face. This could discover a spell, but rather go with this.
Go forth on swift wing.
We cannot yield while nature endures.
There you go. Had to work for it, apparently. Bit clunky, but all's well that ends well. Start pretty well, and then went sideways real quick.
Leora versus Leora.
Against the fellow doo-doo.
Time for revenge.
Your Merithra would be pretty lit.
Fire does more than burn.
I don't think these are the cards. Could be aggro for all we know. Aggro is on the rise again. Not ideal. Okay, it's a mirror. It is a mirror, I'm afraid. He did keep 3 cards, so we should be pretty scared here. And my mulligan is coming back to me. Coming back to bite me. Bite me sideways. Okay, Merithra is gonna be nice. It's gonna come down to who plays Merithra. As long as we don't fall behind too much. Top decking a Broodmother would be pretty good. Wouldn't mind an innervate, I guess. Horn of Plenty is still something. This draws a decent bit of stuff. This one gives some tempo, but I'm down to get the ramp. Next turn I get to play this, into this, maybe. Nah, not into that.
Feed my children.
Yeah, he also has his ramp. Question is, does he have his Merithra?
Job's done.
Pretty good, pretty good. That's gonna be quite the tempo. Could have traded first, in case he didn't want to.
Feed my children.
How to handle this?
I think I'd rather make my hand smaller.
Time to act.
So we can pull off Merithra better. Next turn, technically, we could just do that with Neralex. Maybe that's the play. The sooner the better. He hasn't cheated out as much mana as I have. But I think, okay, if he's using... I mean, now he does have it next turn anyway. He's gonna be kicking himself for that one, but... if he just Merithras next turn, he doesn't get to play much. Let's see.
Go forth on swift wings.
We cannot yield while nature endures.
Sadly, no zeros to play. This ain't bad. That ain't bad. Rest your kind of garbo. Okay, and that's what you do. I'll allow it. Sure. Could have killed that. Tempoing me, kind of weird.
Too many cards.
It's kind of crazy. Can go for a 10 drop out of this.
Remember this place well.
Just just in case. Sounds about right. He does have 5 damage AoE, but what else does he have? Random bullshit go, you say? Okay. So far, so good. Looks like a GG to me.
I will stand down.
Your terms are acceptable. A lot of druids for some reason. A lot of druids for no particular reason, is it?
Fire does more than burn.
Turn 2, turn 3. I'll allow it. Gotta find Merithra now. Unless he's aggro. It's a mirror. I'd rather chill for now. I'm not gonna be able to do all that much with a hand like this, I think. It's not gonna be very sustainable. There you go. There you go. Now let's see if we can find a fellow with Treant with double Battlecry, perhaps.
Feed my children.
There you go. Not the worst. It's gonna be an even larger man. Although against this guy, could just go down to 1 health again, or attack. Well, he's having what we're having.
Feed my children.
A conundrum.
Problem is, this thing's not gonna be ready for next turn. I still could tempo it next turn with just this guy.
Now is the time to act.
Might push the tempo with these. Next turn I could just tempo Neralax for Big Fat Man. That's fucky though. That's fucky though. Wow, this guy is literally not even glowing green because of the diamond shit.
Go forth on swift wings.
Not to mention it... No, actually, he is targetable. What am I talking about? Fuck. Well, he's gonna have to trade everything in it. Guess he doesn't. Interesting decision. I think he's gonna regret it real soon. I think regretting is gonna happen right flippin' now. As he's about to find out. Dark, he is blowing me. Insane.
All are nourished when the cycle renews.
I concede.
Thanks, man. He did not call our bluff, guys. How dare he not call our bluff? He called our bluff and...
Leora!
Demon Hunter has left the chat. The nerfs work, guys.
For Doomhammer.
Demon Hunter nerfed to the ground. Against the She-Man. This ought to be good.
You dare stand against us?
I'll handle this.
You dare stand?
Dude's heralding like there's no tomorrow.
That didn't go as
Look at him go.
I remember this place well.
That's pretty good.
Blaze a trail.
Stay back!
I can poke it a little. Yikes. Making them one attack doesn't do shit here.
A conundrum.
If I grab Innervate, next turn I can Midrasil into Narrowlex into Ferak. So I think that's my play. Hopefully it's a good play. A lot clearer if it's good.
Death itself draws near.
I'll handle this.
Could also go with this guy, you know? This handles the taunt. Extra armor helps. This helps even more. Yeah, there you go. Fuck. Regret. Mm-hmm. Further daddy. Things ain't looking too cash money now, huh? Should have played around it. Nah. Postponing the inevitable kind of deal. Okay. Not dead. Yet we don't smile. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Doesn't do much.
Ah, you're new here.
Now is the time to act.
Gives extra armor, but doesn't give shit. Gets an extra taunt, but again doesn't do shit. $19. Yeah. Well, we tried as much as we could, but can't do much with a star like that now, could ya? That start was diabolical for him. Had both the Herald cards and everything. What was that? Turn 7, 5 Heralds? Damn, son. Why didn't I think of that?